Hello again, this is Sigbrand, and this week I'll be reviewing Mark of the Ninja, an excellent stealth game by Clyde Development. For me, this game set a new benchmark in stealth games. It's one of the best stealth games I've ever played, and the only thing I could really say it's lacking is 3D. But for a 2D game, it's definitely one of the best I have ever played. The storyline is limited at first, but the further you get into the game, the deeper it becomes, and towards the end, they really kept me going with engaging plot twists. The game itself is a lot of fun. It's got a lot of great elements that are in most stealth games, along with a few of its own. It's got replay value. It's got a new game plus option, and in addition to that, just going through the game and ripping apart enemies with all the skills you have at the end is a lot of fun. It's definitely as much of a stealth game as it is a puzzle game, and a lot of the challenge on a few of the levels is just to get the challenges completed correctly while also completing your main goals. A lot of the times it'll be don't get detected while assassinating a certain person, although that'll be very difficult because there will be laser tripwires and every other trap in the book just littered around those characters. Enemies progressively get harder, and so do traps as you progress through the game, but your character progresses to match, and you gain plenty of cool skills and gadgets and also unlock them to help you along in your journey. I'm going to go ahead and just display a couple of the unique abilities and features that are in this game. The first is definitely noise rings. Every time something makes a noise, you can see the range of the noise and who it's going to startle. There's also the time freeze, where you're allowed to press a button to freeze time, and that will allow you to send out bamboo spikes or plan out any of your actions before you do them. There's a couple other things, like your character's image will change in the light to tell you if you can be seen or not. The stealth kills, you have little basically quick time events in order to complete them. You can get extra points for distracting guards, and it'll show you when you're paused or when you're about to do an action when something's going to distract a guard. You have really amazing gadgets. All of them do incredible things, from terrorizing enemies to just straight up killing them to choking them. The game also offers a relatively extensive upgrade system to your character, including outfits, which completely change the playstyle of the game from not being allowed to use your sword at all to not being able to freeze time at all. There's about 15 unlockable skills and perks for your character to make combat and stealth more efficient, a decent number of gadgets meant purely for distraction, as well as a unique set of gadgets designed specifically to easily dispatch your enemies from a distance. Most of these upgrades, apart from outfits and a few gadgets and skills given to you at the beginning of the game, can be purchased with points gained from completing all the challenges for a level, collecting all of the scrolls, or scoring above the point threshold for each level. And these points can be distributed anytime between levels or at these midway stations that happen to come in between on certain levels, which will also refill your gadgets while accessing them, allowing each player to progress his skills in his own way, whether he prefers killing every enemy in sight or ghosting through each level, never felling an enemy or setting off the first alarm. One of the biggest things I like about this game is the ability to play it exactly as you see fit. Oftentimes I face situations where I could dwell for 10 minutes on how to complete a puzzle or waste a precious gadget to bypass a particular trap that was giving me a hard time. Overall, I suggest buying this game. It's an amazing game, it'll keep you entertained for days, and I feel it's a revolutionary stealth game which I'll forever be measuring every other stealth-centric game against. It's available for $14.99 on both Steam and Xbox Live Arcade, the former running frequent deals which could reduce it as low as $4.99, which is what I paid for it. This has been Sigbrand with another indie game review. Check out my other review this week, Sanctum, and stay tuned next week for the first look at Primal Carnage and Galaxy on Fire 2, as well as reviews on Alien Breed Impact and Primal Carnage multiplayer.